Alright guys, well I'm back today with my go-to chest rig. This is the TAC S.O.P tactical chest rig, and it comes with a ton of stuff in the package. This is a pretty slick setup, especially when it comes to versatility and modularity, as well as ease of use and build quality, especially for the price. These generally sell right at $100, but a lot of the color variations are on sale for as low as $82 and change with free prime shipping. There's actually 8 different color variations in total, everything from this really interesting woodland camo, gray, FDE tan, multicam black. You can go through and take a look. Now, you may have noticed on the channel that I don't really wear chest rigs a lot, and that's simply because I've never found one I liked until now. A lot of them were too bulky and cumbersome, or honestly just too expensive for me to grab because, again, I just never found one I liked. Now, TAC sent both of these out to the channel, the woodland and the gray, and they sent them right after I took a look at their plate carrier setup. And their plate carrier setup was one of the most modular setups I've seen in a very long time, and it's actually become one of my go-to high-value carriers. So TAC is doing something right, and if you follow the channel, you'll know I review a lot of different carriers. I just seem to be going back to that TAC for its modularity and versatility, again keeping in mind that the budget price point. There are some other carriers that I rotate in that are really nice from HRT and Agilite, but you're going to spend 3 or 4 times as much on those, and a lot of guys just don't want to spend that money, and I don't blame you. But enough talking about that. Let's dig into the chest rig and what it comes with. This is a pretty slick setup, and when you get it out of the box, you have a lot of nice things. You actually have this drop pouch right here that is removable, and you can actually un-Velcro that from the bottom, again lending to its modularity. We'll talk about this drop pouch a little bit more in detail in a second. You get the main chest rig portion itself with 2 mag, flashlight, or knife pouches on the side, the main zipper admin compartment, again, which we'll take a look at more in a second, and then the main mag pouch area. Now, this is actually a removable insert that Velcros in, and you can swap this out with whatever you want, which is a really nice touch and something I loved about the plate carrier itself. The cool thing about this guy is you can set up your chest rig exactly like you want, but if you're bringing out a subgun chambered in 9mm, you can rip this out and put in the subgun mag insert. Or if you're running a 7.62 or 308, you can rip this insert out and put a new one in and simply Velcro it out without buying a ton of different chest rigs, which makes it incredibly cost-effective and very nice savings. This also comes with these 2 radio pouches right here, or extra pouches, that go along the side and Velcro in. Now, you may wonder why my radio is here. I found that it's a little bit more comfortable for me to move my radio in one of these mag pouches and remove this side pouch and run a little bit more streamlined approach, and we'll talk a little bit about that in a second. The straps themselves come off at the top, and that's everything you get inside the package. So again, it looks like it comes with the 2 radio pouches, and you can read in detail everything about this plate carrier on that Amazon listing in the description below. And again, it's available on Amazon. And speaking of Amazon, I always like to mention other people's reviews a lot of times when I'm reviewing something on the channel that I haven't touched on a ton. And this one actually has 563 reviews at 4.5 stars. So a lot of people like this chest rig. So let's start from the bottom and work our way to the top. The first thing you'll notice is these bungee poles on the bottom. Now, they actually have cinch tabs internally at the bottom right there that you can pull and cinch those up and attach whatever you want. And if they're in their way, you can fully cinch them up inside this bottom pouch. That is cool. If you're running extra glow sticks, if you had gloves that you wanted to put in here, if you had a poncho or a rain pullover, you can actually stretch these out pretty darn far, expand them really far, and hold on to a lot of stuff, which is just incredibly convenient. It also has a hook and loop field up at the front if you wanted to attach some type of indicator what was in here. And then right here, you've got these 2 zipper pulls. One thing I'm going to touch on, and this is going to apply to all of the zippers across the board, is the zippers are super smooth and easy. I mean, look, one-handed, you can just pull these zippers back and forth, and they are super smooth. They don't get bound up. The build quality on these zippers is really nice. And again, something that makes this stand apart from some others on the market, especially around this $80-ish price point. They also have heat shrink around the poles, which is great. At this point, a lot of the nylon webbing and nylon materials that I bring down to the range with zipper pulls over the years, even if it's good quality, if it doesn't have this heat shrink, a lot of these will untie over time, run in the back of the side-by-side of the ATV. This having that heat shrink on there is going to make a huge difference. Now, I keep a little boo-boo kit right in here. Sting relief, antibiotic ointment, Band-Aids, different things like that. That's super simple. A lot of times you'll get a little nick on your hand at the range or something like that, or you get a boo-boo and you just want to quickly handle that before you get blood all over your really cool gear. And having that right there is just super convenient and easy access. Now you actually open this pouch up and you have a lot of different retention methods. I've got a tourniquet right here, quick clot, gauze, different things like that. Mostly medical stuff, but I did throw a lighter in there. We have a couple of burn barrels down at the range, and we may burn off some boxes and stuff, so I like to have a lighter. Now, I could move that up into the upper admin pouch. I'm still kind of working out exactly where everything's going. Now, let's look at this top pouch right here, because that's the closest pouch to your body. First, you do have this spot right here in the front. Very similar. You could put whatever you want, admin pouch. You have the hook and loop, but you also have MOLLE attachments, so you can start adding stuff there. I also like this because if you are grabbing like flashlights with clips and stuff like that, you can start working those clips in here and running things up in the front if you wanted to. And this, you can drop it below the zipper, but you get the idea. You can run different things, pocket knives, stuff like that up front that you want quick access to, that you can actually clip in there and then easily access, which is a nice feature of that spot right there. Moving along to this upper pouch, you're not going to get as much in this upper one because you've got the mags behind it, but I keep a lot of my tools in here I'm going to be using, and this one folds completely open. So if you had maps or you wanted to run your cell phone in here, flip it down and look at like a GPS, mount that in there. And this one, again, when it comes to the modularity, has this Velcro or hook and loop field right here that you can swap out and put whatever you want. You could even put a holster for a small firearm or a ton of other things. If you're hiking, you know, you may want to put nutrition bars. There's all kinds of stuff. I also run a battery bank right here, and then I will run the battery bank. I actually have to swap this over to this one right here, close to my radio. So a lot of times on these radio pouches, you can actually see on this particular one, if you're running your radio in there, it's really nice and large. I've chosen to run my radio over there just because, again, a little bit more comfortable. And we'll talk about philosophy of use in a second, and I'll dig more into that. We've already talked about the mag inserts. That works out pretty well. And then the straps work out great. Now you can see I've actually routed my comms up through the strap itself. Now it's a little bit cluttered, but I've been running this one a lot. So I've got the BaoFeng radio in here. It fits really nicely, slides down in there. And then I've got that reversed in there so I can run that antenna out to the side. We also have the Tigret push-to-talk system, and this adapts that BaoFeng right into the back of your ear pro. So you can do push-to-talk right there and run your comms off of your ear pro, and then the mic is right by there. But I love that because you've got a lot of wire routing. If you're running a hydration pack or a small water bottle or something, you've got a lot of options right here, but this is mainly for comms in my opinion. And then you can actually route this spongy up right to your ear pro, and it keeps everything nice. And again, right there, your push to talk for your comms. The straps are very comfortable, easy to adjust. They have the standard buckles, and I've had no issues whatsoever. So now that is the general overview of this rig. Forgot to mention these side pouches, and I've got my little Nightcore EDC 27 right there. Now that clips, like I said, right there, but you can put those in a wide variety of positions. Now, why would you want something like this over something like a plate carrier? And for me, the answer is comfort, maneuverability, and ease of use. A lot of times when I'm down at the range, I'm simply just kind of hanging out, working on something, maybe firing off a few rounds or investigating the land or walking around, and don't really feel like I need ballistic protection, but I might need a flashlight. I may need my radio. I may need a couple of mags, a power bank, Band-Aids, trauma kit, you name it, I may need it, but I don't feel like putting on an entire plate kit with level 4 plates. Even a plate carrier with level 3 plates, lightweight plates, is still cumbersome, large, and if you're riding around in an ATV or a side-by-side or even your vehicle, it may just get annoying after a while. And for an average civilian just kind of hanging out at the range, you may not want all of that. This provides you a level of modularity that you can strip this down as lightweight as you want by removing this bottom pouch as well as removing these side radio pouches, and just have the basic essentials that you need down at the range or on a hike without walking around with a massive plate carrier. This is also pretty cool if you're checking on your land or you're going on a hike and you want to have everything accessible, but you don't want to be blatantly obvious that you're wearing like a plate carrier. You can get a nondescript color like this gray, put the chest rig on, and now you have everything ready to go if you're kind of walking into the land for long periods of time. Riding in an ATV is also crucial because there's no back on this guy. It's just the back straps. So when I was riding in my side-by-side for long trips through the woods and stuff like that, it's really convenient to have a lot of this gear with you and your kit with you without wearing an entire plate carrier that gets a little bit cumbersome getting in and out of a side-by-side or just riding with level 4, 3 plates, kind of digging into your back for a while, especially when you don't expect to encounter something where you're going to need level 4 plates. This is also really cool because, as you can see in the intro, I actually hang this particular rig set up ready to go on my side-by-side's passenger seat. You can throw this around the seat of your car, and if you need to get to it quickly, you can do that, whereas you can't really do that with a plate carrier. A lot of times, too, you're a lot more nimble with this chest rig than you are with a plate carrier, and some may say I'd rather be a little bit more nimble in some type of, active emergency rather than have all this kit and armor. It's super simple to throw this on and just run and go and move and have everything you need right here. So I hope you guys like this video. I hope it gives you not only an overview of the TAC S.O.P tactical chest rig, but an overview of why I'm starting to use chest rigs more and more on the land and at the range. Hope you guys liked the video. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you run chest rigs? Why or why not? And all of the linking will be affiliate linking, and if you click on it, helps out the channel at no extra cost to you, just brings you right to the sales. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.